Hello, students. I hope that everyone is fine and continuing to learn from the online lectures which we are conducting. So, this will be the last lecture for your first lesson, that is language of chemistry. In the continuing lectures, I'll be discussing some of the question answers based on this question, but more often, application based questions are asked from this chapter. Now, you may be wondering that what is application based questions? Like the questions to calculate the molecular weight of a compound, to calculate the composition percentage, to convert the word equation to chemical equation and then balancing the chemical equation, or directly balancing the chemical equation are the most likely questions to be asked from this chapter. There will be less chance of theoretical question being asked from this lesson. So in this particular lecture, we are going to go ahead and practice some of the application based question. In the next lecture, again I'll take some application based questions for practice, like some balancing of equations and then some questions related to your molecular weight finding of a compound, and then we'll be proceeding with the theoretical question. I expect everyone to write these questions which are discussed during this lecture to write it in your notebook. You can freeze the screen, copy down the question, and try to solve it by yourself because we have already discussed these questions. So I expect everyone, once we meet again, I should see your notebook completed for at least lesson number 1. My first question today, which I'm going to discuss, is calculate the molecular weight of lead nitrate. Now, in your 8th standard also, I taught you formation of compound. Here also today, let me remind you, by crisscross method, you form the compound formula or molecular formula. Like lead has +2 valency and nitrate has -1 valency. Those who forgot, it would be Pb +2 NO3 -1. So our formula will become PbNO3 whole twice. Now from here it is easier to calculate the molecular weight of a compound. I'll show you how. Now your molecular formula is PbNO3 twice. So we'll write down 1 into Pb, that is lead, plus 2 into N. So some students may be wondering why 2 into N, because this 2 is applicable for both nitrogen as well as for oxygen, plus 6 into O. Again, why 6 into O? 3 into 2 is 6 and oxygen. Now easily what you have to do is you have to substitute these symbols with their atomic mass number. Now Pb has atomic mass of 207. You can see on the screen. Nitrogen has 14 and oxygen is 16. You'll get 207 plus 28 plus 96, which is equal to 331. The unit used for molecular weight is atomic mass unit. In the short form, we write it as AMU. I hope that students, you have recalled the process. So let's try solving some of the questions so that we can have a grip over this concept. Now my question says, calculate the molecular weight of the following substance. I will help you out. I'll be very slow so that you can write the question also and you can start solving it by yourself. The first compound given is aluminum hydroxide, AlOH thrice. Now it will become 1 into Al plus 3 into O plus 3 into H. Now I'll not give you the second step very fast because I want to see everyone substituting it. As you're copying, so I'll be slow. Our written as 1 into Al plus 3 into O plus 3 into H. Start doing it. I will do it also with you, but I don't want anyone to copy. Now you can see the atomic mass number on the bottom of the question. Aluminium is 27, oxygen is 16, and hydrogen is 1. So it will become 1 into 27 plus 3 into 16 plus 3 into 1. Now multiply and write it as total. 27 plus 48 plus 3. Now easier way to do it is 27 plus 3 is 30 and 30 plus 48 is equal to 78. You can see the answer 78 here. I believe I did it faster and some students may also have completed with me. Remaining those who are not done, please complete that question. Do not forget to write the unit, that is atomic mass unit, and try to solve it faster. Now let's look at the second question. Second question is potassium dichromate. Now this is a favorite compound because this substance or this chemical is used during the Diwali in the crackers. It gives sparkles to the cracker. Its molecular formula is K2Cr2O7. This Cr2O7 is the dichromate group. Those who want to recall the compound formation, how did I form the compound? It was K plus 1, that is potassium plus 1, and Cr2O7 minus 2. Dichromate is a polyatomic ion or polyatomic radical and as minus 2. Cross multiply, you will get the formula as K2Cr2O7. Now we have the formula in front of you, that is K2Cr2O7. How to find out the molecular weight of it? Now 2 into K plus 2 into Cr. If you want, you can speak with me. Plus 7 into O. Now you can see potassium has atomic mass number 39, chromium has atomic mass number 52, and oxygen has 16. I believe till this time, many of the students have learned the common atomic mass number like oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, phosphorus, aluminium. So it would be 2 into 39 plus 2 into 52 plus 7 into 16. Now I want to really see everyone doing the calculation part. It would be 78 plus 104 plus 102. Those who got it right, really appreciate you. Now again, as you know, chemistry teachers are really lazy. So I'll do a shortcut method. 78 plus 102 is 180. Sorry. Sorry, I made a mistake. 77 into 16 would be 112. 112 plus 78 is 190. 190 plus 104 is 294. Again, the unit, atomic mass unit. So students, I believe everyone has understood this concept now. Let's practice one more and then move to the next question. Now the next compound is ammonium nitrate. Again, ammonium ion has plus 1 charge. Those who didn't practice last year, it's your last chance to practice it, the compound formation, so that chemistry becomes easier for you. And nitrate has NO3 minus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. Therefore, the compound molecular formula is NH4 NO3. Let's start calculating the molecular weight. NH4 NO3. Now in this case, you can combine both the and write down 2 into N if you want, or else you can proceed with the same method which we have been doing. Like you can do it like this also. NH4 NO3 And those who do not feel confident, keep on doing the simple steps. 1 into n plus 4 into h plus 1 into n again plus 3 into o. And those who are confident can combine this 1 into n and 1 into n. It will become 2 into n. Don't worry, the answer will come the same. So it will be 1 into 14 plus 4 into 1 plus 1 into 14 plus 3 into 16. Now 14 into 1 is 14, 4 into 1 is 4 plus 14 plus 48. If we add 14 plus 4 is 18 and 18 plus 14 is 32 and 32 plus 48 is 80 atomic mass unit. Now I believe everyone is able to solve this question. In your assignment for this week, I'll be sending these types of questions for your completion. Again, I'm reminding, when the school reopens, I want all these solved examples in your notebook along with the homework which I'm giving you. In case of doubt, you can definitely revert me back and ask me the doubts. Now the next question, if you see, it contains water of crystallization. Now those who don't remember what is water of crystallization, the extra water molecule associated with the compound which can be lost on heating is called water of crystallization. We learned this concept with the help of copper sulfate. Copper sulfate actually is white in color, but as it absorbs moisture in the laboratory, you can see copper sulfate is blue in color. And copper sulfate in the laboratory is CuSO4 dot 5H2O. This dot 5H2O is the water of crystallization. Now when you are calculating the molecular weight of this compound, please remember you can directly take 18 for water because 16 is for 1 atom of oxygen and 2 is for 2 atoms of hydrogen. 16 plus 2 is 18. Either you can solve it stepwise or you can directly apply some shortcuts while doing this question, because this question is basically asked for 2 marks. So there is no marks for each step. You have to show three simple steps. The first step is important, then the third step is important. You have to write the molecular formula of the compound, then convert it into the mathematical form, substitute the symbols with their atomic masses, multiply the numbers and add the total. That's the simplest method to do this questions. Now let's see how many of you have got it right. 2 into Na plus 1 into C plus 3 into O plus 10 into 2H plus 1O. Now 2 into 1 plus 1 into 16 will become 18. So 2 into 23 is 46. 1 into 12 is 12. And 3 into 16 is 48. 18 into 10 is 180. If we add, you will get the answer as 286 atomic mass unit. Now guys, I believe really that you have well mastered it and you can solve it by yourself. The 2 questions below, that is practice from 2, is your homework. I will be quiet for 2 minutes. I want everyone to copy down this question so you can solve it before the assignment comes into you for self practice. And you have to write this in the notebook itself. I'll give a hint for you because this homework I am giving you online in my lecture, so I'll give you the hint also. The question says, calculate molecular weight of the following: hydrated copper sulfate. Now the word hydrated means contains water of crystallization. The molecular formula is CuSO4 into dot 5H2O. You can write down this as 1 into Cu plus 1 into S plus 4 into O plus 5 into 2 into H plus 1 into O. Substitute their values with atomic mass numbers. Atomic mass number of copper is 64, sulfur 32, oxygen 16, hydrogen 1, and again oxygen 16. Second one is hydrated sodium sulfate, Na2SO4 dot 10H2O. The equation can be solved as 2 into Na plus 1 into S plus 4 into O plus Please remember, instead of dot, you have to use the symbol plus 10 into 2H plus 1O. I will believe that you will get the answer. So now let's move on to the next type of question where I wanted to teach you a little in depth. That is, if you see on my screen, calculation of relative molecular mass and percentage composition of a compound. Now, molecular mass we have learned. We are going to focus here on percentage composition of a compound. Now, what is percentage composition of an element in a compound? Now, like suppose if you bring a food article, on the back side of the food article package, you can see the contents written in the form of percentage, like carbohydrate, fats, proteins, all these things. So what percentage, like if suppose I have 100 gram of wafers, in that 100 grams of wafers, how many grams are carbohydrate, how many grams are proteins, or how many grams are fats? That's clearly mentioned to know the quality of food. Now to calculate the percentage composition of a compound, we have to know the molecular mass or unit formula mass and the atomic weight of all the elements. Now, if the question is asked from outside, like not the common in elements, then they'll mention the atomic mass there. Now, please remember, if m is the molecular mass of a compound and a is the atomic mass of its atom for a particular element, mass percentage composition of the element is equal to sum of atomic masses of a atom of element upon molecular mass into 100. In simple words, atomic mass upon molecular mass into 100. Which atomic mass I'm going to take? I'm going to take the atomic mass of the element for which composition we are going to find. However, if molecular mass and atomic mass are not given, instead it is given the mass of compound and mass of element in it, the percentage composition can be calculated follows. Let W be the mass of a compound which contains W mass of element. Here mentioned, please see, capital W is taken as mass of compound and small w is taken as mass of element. Therefore, mass percentage composition of element will be mass of element upon mass of compound into 100. That is capital W upon small w upon capital W into 100. Now understand this with the help of following examples. Calculate the mass percentage composition of copper in copper sulfate. Now copper is the element whose composition I'm going to find out in copper sulfate solution. Alright. So unit formula of copper sulfate is 1 into Cu plus 1 into S plus 4 into O. It's the same way which we did the earlier question. You will get the atomic mass, you will get the formula mass or molecular mass as 160. Now we want to calculate the percentage composition of copper in copper sulfate solution. So what you have to do is, you have to go ahead and, as you can see in copper sulfate solution, you have one copper atom, so 64 upon, that is the atomic mass, upon molecular mass, that is 160 into 100. Now 0 gets cancelled. 16 4 times is 64. 4 into 10 is 40%. So in copper sulfate, copper is 40%. Similarly, you can calculate it for sulfur also, and similarly you can calculate for oxygen also. If you add the 3%, that should come to 100. That's a real method to test your question. Now if I want to calculate for sulfur, it would be 32 upon 160 into 100. Again, you can solve it. It's not asking a question, just I'm giving you to understand. 1010 cancels. 16 2 times is 32. It is 20%. Now please check. I got 40% for copper and 20% for sulfur. Now let's check about oxygen. How much is the oxygen present? I know the answer. The answer would come out to 20. How I calculate the answer would come out to 40. How I calculated 40? Because for copper I got 40, for sulfur I got 20. So 40 plus 20 is 60. So the remaining is oxygen. That is 40% because there are only three elements. I believe everyone understands this. As we have only three elements, I know the percentage of copper, I know the calculate the percentage of sulfur. So the remaining would be the percentage of oxygen. But let's do it in numerical way so that we are clear. Now we have 4 atom oxygen, so it will become 4 into O upon molecular mass is 160 into 100. Now 4 into 16 upon 160 into 100. 0 0 gets cancelled, 16 16 gets cancelled, so it is 40%. I believe students, with this particular example you have understood how to find out the mass percentage composition of any element in a compound. Let's take one more example so that the things are more clear. Here it says 4.9 gram sulfuric acid contains 1 gram hydrogen, 1.6 gram sulfur and rest oxygen. Because in sulfuric acid you have the molecular formula as H2, your molecular formula is H2SO4. Now you have 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of sulfur and 4 atoms of oxygen. So mass of sulfuric acid is given, the question is 4.9 gram. Mass of hydrogen is given as 0.1 gram. Mass of sulfur is given as 1.6 gram. To calculate mass percentage of hydrogen, it will be W1 upon W. Now what is W1? It is mass of hydrogen. What is capital W? Mass of sulfuric acid into 100. That is 0.1 upon 0.49, 0.1 upon 4.9 into 100. When you calculate it, you will get the answer as 2.04. Similar way, mass percentage of sulfur can be W2 upon capital W. Please remember, it is given weight of element in grams upon molecular weight in grams. W2 stands for mass of sulfur in grams. Capital W stands for mass of sulfuric acid, because mass of sulfuric acid is the compound. So 1.6 upon 4.9 into 100, your answer will be 32.65. Mass percentage of oxygen. See, they have not calculated. What they have done is they have added the mass percentage of hydrogen plus mass percentage of sulfur and subtracted from 100, because the remaining is oxygen. You can solve it also. You can follow this step also. It is easier. If you have three elements, find out the mass percentage of two element, add it and subtract from 100. You will get the mass percentage of the third element. If you have only two elements, calculate the mass percentage of one element, subtract from 100. You will get the mass percentage of other element. I believe, students, that the concept is very clear to you. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss some of the more question answers on calculation of mass percentage of element. All right. And tomorrow we'll get the assignment based on balancing of chemical equation. You have to convert some equation, word equation to chemical equation and then balance it, so that the practice is taking place. And 4 or 5 questions based on calculation of molecular mass of compound, and 4 or 5 questions based on calculation of mass percentage composition of the elements in a compound. Thank you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the lecture. Have a pleasant day and keep on learning. Thank you. Have a great day.